everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and this time we're going to be doing a fill-in. So as you can see, all of her bling stayed on really good, and it's actually been a month since I did this set, so she did really good with her nails. As you guys know, I use the Mia Secret Jar Resin for my bling as well as the hard gel. So anyways, to remove the gel polish, I'm going in with a coarse drill bit. Remember that when you're removing gel polish, you do want to make sure that you're using a coarse drill bit, because if not, you're going to be filing all day. So make sure that it's coarse enough to where it's easily going to remove the gel polish, and also glitter like this that could be encapsulated. So also make sure that when you're using a safety drill, or when you're using a coarse drill bit, that it is a safety drill bit, because since it is really coarse, you don't want to cut anyone. But we're going to go ahead and just finish removing all of the gel polish, and I'll be back.
I don't deny there's some strange evolutionary process going on, but mankind won't be destroyed. The fact that you and I are working here today is evidence of that.
So once we finish removing the gel polish, I'm going in with my Peel and Stick Cuticle Pusher by Tammy Taylor, and we're just pushing back those cuticles. After that, we're going to go in with a 180 sanding band to remove the shine from the natural nail. And I do want to make sure that you guys know that if you don't have an e-file, you can use a hand file. You just want to make sure that it's something that's not too coarse, because you don't want to damage your client's nail. So for this is a 180 sanding band, and as always, we're literally just removing the shine from the natural nail. We're not filing to thin the nail out, literally just removing the shine. As you guys know, our body produces a lot of oils which get on our nails, or really our nails produce oils as well. And if you don't remove that shine, your acrylic is going to literally just peel off. So that's why you have to go in and remove that shine. So even after you're done, you want to make sure you dust the nails off and then just check the nails, especially around that cuticle area, to make sure that all of the shine is gone, because if not, you will get lifting. So once we're done doing this, we're going to go ahead and dust the nails off, and then we're going to apply the primer. As you guys know, I don't use a dehydrator. I used to use it, but then out of nowhere I kind of just stopped using it, but I don't have any problems with lifting. So you can use a dehydrator and a primer. I just feel like the dehydrator does the same thing that I'm doing when I'm removing the shine, because the dehydrator basically just removes the oils, which is the reason why I only use a primer. But if you want to go ahead and use both, that's fine. And for the acrylic, we're going to be using, of course, our Mia Secret gel resin. I'm also going to be using some lace, as you see here, and that's just a little piece that I had left over, some foil, and some glitter as well. So I'm also using my Mia Secret acrylic system, as I mentioned already, and then I'm also using my alpha brush and a number 9. And as you can see, for the lace, I just applied a small bead of acrylic over the whole nail, and I just placed the lace on the nail. I'm going back in and placing the foil, and then I'm going to go in and do the glitter as well. So these nails are going to be pretty different. My client did have a picture of how she wanted them. I honestly cannot remember who they were inspired by, but if I find out, I'll be sure to let you guys know in the description. But as you can see, I'm just placing a little bit of that glitter or the sequins on the nail as well. And then I also added a little bit of the glow-in-the-dark powder on the tip. And then this pink is actually like a glittery pink acrylic by Tammy Taylor. I believe it's in the color French pink, but it has glitter in it, so it's really pretty. I've actually had that for a really long time. I think I won it from some of those nail competitions that I used to do, so I still have a lot of it, or a lot of their products. After we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and encapsulate that. As always, when you're encapsulating nails, you could always use clear, but I like to just use my Mia Secret pink because it's really translucent. So for the next nail, I'm going to go in with that glow-in-the-dark off-white color, and I'm just going to do like a streak across the nail. And then I'm going to come back and apply some of the little sequins on it. It's going to be really nice and simple. Again, this set is pretty different compared to what I usually do, but it's going to turn out really, really pretty. I know it's not everybody's taste, but we all like different things, and this is what she wanted. But it's going to turn out, I think I already said it's going to turn out good. But anyways, and then as always, once we're done doing that, we're going to encapsulate that with our acrylic. And then we're going to move on to the next nail. But remember, when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you add enough acrylic over your glitter. Because if not, you're going to fall the glitter off if your acrylic is not thick enough. Same thing for this finger. We're going to go ahead and do a small bead of acrylic over all of the nail. And then we're going to come back and apply the lace. And the lace, I literally got this from like Walmart. If you're in the crafts area where they have the fabrics, or I think it's where they have the ribbons, they have like different color lace in like this little clear ball, kind of like the balls that they have in like the little toy, are they vending machine, like the small little toy machines, and it comes like in one of those clear balls. And they have all different colors. I think I have like red, white, pink, and black. And it's been like a really long time since I used it. So I went ahead and just used the last little piece that I had. And I didn't need much of it. So that's what I'm using here. And then again, this light pink glittery acrylic is by Tammy Taylor in the color French Pink. And then I'm adding a little bit of that glow in the dark powder to the tip as well. And then just coming back and encapsulating all of that with the Mia's Secret pink acrylic. So for the middle finger, it is going to be a bit different. So, okay, so right now I'm just applying that glow in the dark off-white color. And then here I'm going in with some gel polish. Yes, this is the first time that I do this. So basically we're going to be encapsulating that gel polish. The reason why is because it looked really similar to what she showed me in the picture of a nail that she liked, and it just looked like it was different color, like shimmery colors, or not shimmery colors, but shimmery like glitters. And as you can see, like we kind of get that effect here, and then it also glow in the dark, so we went ahead and applied that glow in the dark at the bottom. So I'm gonna let that cure for 60 seconds, and then we're gonna come back and encapsulate that. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next nail, or to the next hand, and we're literally gonna be doing basically the same thing: the lace, the foil, the glitter, and then encapsulate that. For this nail, I'm just going to be doing like a simple ombre. So I'm doing that off-white color on the tip. And then I'm going to come back and do that French Pink by Tammy Taylor, which is the glittery pink. I'm just going to do that at the back. And then I'm going to encapsulate the colors with the Mia's Secret pink. For this pinky, I'm going to be doing the same thing I did on the other finger with the gel polish. But remember, you do want to make sure that you cure that gel polish before you go back and encapsulate that. So again, I'm using my not Mia's Secret, but Madame Glam gel polishes, and they're part of their Peacock collection that came out a while back. And I'm just literally applying that like randomly on the nail, just so we have different colored glitters on there. And I know that it's not like too noticeable, but that's exactly what it was in the picture, and that's what she wanted. And for this one, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing we did on the other finger, on the other hand. We're just doing a strip, or not a strip, but that glow-in-the-dark powder across the nail. We're adding some foil to this one, and then we're adding the sequins just randomly on the nail. Okay, so I went back to the other hand so I could let that pinky cure, and I'm going back into this one, and I'm just gonna go ahead and encapsulate that gel polish and acrylic. Hopefully it turns out pretty good. I don't want the acrylic to peel off or anything, but I'm pretty sure I won't have an issue with it at all. But again, you do want to make sure that if you're doing this, that you cure your gel polish before. And also let me know if this is something that you guys have done. I know a while back I seen how people were using like gel polish to do like ombre nails. So like they would do the gel polish on the tip, like say red gel polish on the tip, and then they would come back with a nude acrylic on the back and then encapsulate that with the acrylic. So I'm pretty sure this is the same thing, but let me know in the comments how that worked out for you, if you've tried it or if you ever just encapsulated any type of gel polish under your acrylic. So I'm going to go ahead and just finish the other two nails, which are the last two thumbs. And I'm going to just do the same thing with the glow-in-the-dark powder, the foil, the sequins, and the lace as well. Once we're done with this, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next step, which would be the reshaping. Okay, so now we're going to go in with the 100 nail file to reshape the nails. As you guys know, this is something that you don't want to skip, because once you apply your acrylic, it will take away from your shape. And if you want that perfect stiletto shape, coffin shape, square shape, you do want to make sure that you go back and reshape your nails. And then also, just in one of my Instagram pictures, someone was asking me how I was able to get like that perfect, like sharp, square or coffin shape. You do want to make sure that, again, you come back and reshape the nails. And then also, it's really important that you do this, because even when you like shape the nails at the beginning, like when you first apply the nail tips, once you apply the acrylic, it's still going to take away from your shape. So that's why you have to come back and reshape the nails, because that final reshape, like this part right here, is what's going to have your shape like just popping. So make sure that you don't skip this step, because again, no matter how good you apply your acrylic, it can still take away from your shape. And again, this is a 100 nail file.
But mankind won't be destroyed. The fact that you and I are working here today is evidence of that.
So now I'm going in with my fine drill bit to file the acrylic. As always, you want to make sure that first thing is you go around that cuticle area to make sure that it's nice and sealed until you're able to see where the cuticle is, where the natural nail is, and where the acrylic is. That way you know that the acrylic is not on the skin. because if not, you will get lifting. So again, make sure you go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth around that cuticle, and then just file the rest of the nail to make sure that it's all nice and smooth. But it's really important that you get that cuticle area nice and clean, because if not, you will get lifting. And then also, this can be done with a hand file. I think I said that earlier. You can do a whole full set or fill with a hand file. You don't have to use an e-file, but the benefits of using an e-file is that you're able to get really close to that cuticle area, and also it helps with speed, and sometimes people use it to shape nails. So it has a lot of benefits, but I understand, you know, for people that can't afford an e-file or are too like nervous to start using one, because I know when I first started doing nails, I was scared that I would cut someone. But the only way to learn is to just keep using it, keep practicing. And even now, sometimes, you know, you can't help it and you might just you know, accidentally cut someone, but that's just a matter of, you know, just practicing, and sometimes you just can't prevent stuff from happening. But you do want to make sure that you just keep practicing. Don't get discouraged. You're gonna have those nails lift when you first start, but it's just, again, a matter of doing it over and over and over and over a million times, and eventually you're gonna get, you know, better, because you're gonna see what works for you, because as always, what works for me might not work for you, because we all do things differently. So again, we're just following the acrylic. We're going around that cuticle area to make sure that it's nice and sealed, because if not, if you have any little gap in between your natural nail and the acrylic, water, lotion, anything will get trapped underneath that nail, and it's going to cause that nail to lift. So make sure that you file really good. And then once we're done filing, we're going to go ahead and buff the nails. And then also, I think I said this in my last video, but pretty soon you will see me using a gold drill bit, and it's still going to be a fine one, but I think I dropped my handpiece, my e-file, like the handpiece that I hold, and it still had the drill bit on there. So I think some of the little like spikes on it bent or something, but it's leaving like a scratch on the nails when I'm doing this. So I'm gonna have to get a new one, which I already ordered. I'm just waiting on it to come in. And then I'm pretty sure I did the same thing to my other one that I already had. So you do want to make sure that you're careful and that you do not drop your e-file, like the hand piece, with the drill piece on, or the drill bit on it, or just don't drop it at all, because you can break it. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and buff the nails. As you guys know, this is just to get rid of any of the scratches left on your nail from the e-file or your hand file. So as you can see, I always go in and like feel the nail with my thumb to make sure that it's nice and smooth. If not, I go back in and file some or buff some more. And then once we're done with this, we're going to go ahead and dust the nails off. You can have your client go wash their hands, or like me, I just wipe the nails off with an alcohol wipe. Okay, so now we're going to go in and apply some bling. So we're not going to be applying a lot, but I am going to be applying some big pieces. And then also, I don't think I've ever done this on any of my videos. It's actually been like years since I've done this, but I'm using some chain. So as you can see, I'm using a gold chain, and this is literally from like an old necklace, and I still had it in my drawer, so I went ahead and just threw it on the nail. But I'm applying this with my hard gel. I wouldn't use the Mia Secret gel resin for this, because I basically want that chain to sink into that hard gel, as well as those big pieces. And then I'm just applying the smaller pieces as well. And I just went ahead and applied the smaller bling on that same hard gel that was already there, because I did put a lot on there. But as you can see, for the rest of the nail, I went in with my Mia Secret gel resin, which is what I always use for my smaller bling. And then since we did use the hard gel, we do have to let this cure for 30 seconds. So same thing for this nail. We just apply the hard gel on the nail. I'm going to go ahead and do the big pieces. I'm applying the chain, and then this chain was a little bit longer, so since I already applied it, I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it on there, and then I am gonna come back and cut it. And for that, I'm just gonna use a pair of nippers. So I didn't want you guys to think that I just left it hanging off the nail. But as you can see, again, I'm just picking up the bigger pieces with my wax pencil, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cure this one, and then I'll come back and apply these smaller pieces once I cure it, because I don't want the chain to fall off. And then I'm also going to go ahead and just apply the IBD gel top coat on all of the nails. Like I said, we didn't do a lot of bling because it was already a lot going on, but it's really cute, and they're gonna glow in the dark, so that's even better. And then I'm also sealing that chain with my IBD gel top coat. As you guys know, this is the top coat that I always use, and I have no issues with it. It is a non-cleansed top coat, which means that I don't have to go back and clean up the sticky residue or the inhibition layer. So I really like that about this top coat. And then again, we're gonna go back and I'm gonna cut the piece of the chain that was hanging off the nail, and then we're gonna go in and just do the other top coat. And to cut it off, I'm using just a pair of nippers, or you could got a pair of nail clippers, whatever you want to use, but I literally just grabbed the nippers first. Alrighty, y'all, so here is the final look. They turned out so pretty. It's just enough bling and glitter, and everything just looks so good together. And then this is how they look in the dark. So it's not a lot of glow in the dark, but it's just enough to make it pop. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram at GetNailed32, and I'll see you guys next time.